Hey, it's Stephanie. Monique and I are so excited to launch our very first YouTube pod episode. And I want to share a statement with you. And that statement is sloppy success always beats perfect failure. And here at the Beach House, we never talk about anything that we haven't gone through first. So for today's episode, we had a small glitch in our sound towards the very end of the podcast. So we had a choice. Do we scrap it or do we let it go anyway? That's sloppy success over perfect failure. And so we chose to go with it because it's such a fun and amazing episode that I know you guys are going to enjoy. So just wanted to give you a heads up. Yeah, there is a little glitch at the end, but it's all right. We're still good and life still moves on. So enjoy the episode. And we look forward to seeing you over and over again at the Beach House. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Welcome to the Beach House with Mo and Steph. Come on in, pour yourself a drink, and join us out on the deck as we inspire, encourage, and empower one another to live authentic, audacious, above-only lives. It's all right here at the Beach House.
You can't have your glass because you're sponsoring.
I'm sponsoring? I can't even see the dang camera. It's these lights, I see double.
Take one.
Hello, everybody. What you doing? Oh, I know what you're doing. You're here with us at the Beach House, girl. Chilling. Yes, we are here today to talk to you about the number one.
What are we talking about?
You know what it is.
Our
favorite TV moms. Girl, this is the subject right here. This is it.
Yes,
Now, should we start with like 5 and up or 1 and down?
We got to start with 5 and count it down.
Oh, okay, 5?
We got to start with
All right,
5.
so
we got 5.
you guys think about this because we're talking about women who have inspired us to be the best moms that we can be, because with Steph and I being moms that stayed at home, you need that inspiration and you need something that's giving you the uplift, that's telling you you're doing the right things as a woman and as a mom. And so, like normal, I guess, you take from media, TV, because that's what we had, or whatever. And for us, we were really, really blessed to have shows that had amazing values.
Yeah,
That's
not always the case today.
Much now. Yeah. So we thought we'd have a fun show today and talk about our favorite TV moms. All right. So we're gonna start out with number 5.
There's a lot.
There were. We narrowed it down though.
There was a lot. And it spanned some time. So because it was going like from when we were little to now. So we can kind of grasp the whole thing.
Right.
And it's like, 5, I had somebody on there too, but there was also another one that I liked too. But
are you switching it up to a 6?
I'm gonna put them together. I'm gonna put them together
Okay.
because I had from the show Good Times none other than Miss Florida Evans.
Yes.
Florida Evans.
She had
Florida
some
Evans
mess to deal with.
Florida was cool because they lived in the projects. They lived in the projects. I think it was Chicago that they were supposed to live in.
I don't even know, girl.
I think
I
it
don't
was
even
Chicago.
know. I just know.
I don't know.
I
but
didn't want to be there.
I think it was Chicago, but they lived in projects. I never lived in the projects, so I couldn't relate. But I dug how Florida kept them kids in line, how she kept James in line, the husband, and she was like always had her little apron on and she was cooking and
Right.
And it's like no matter what went on in the family, Flora was taking care of it. And she was like the voice of wisdom.
She was. She held it together.
She held it
She held
together.
it together.
It's like everybody was happy
And they ended up getting out of the projects when Thelma married Keith and he was playing professional football.
Wow, you for real.
So it's like the series ended when they got to move out of the ghetto and, get their life and everything. But while they were kicking it in the projects, it's like they never missed nothing. It's like everything was taken care of. Everybody was happy, even when they were struggling and in their trials. It's like, they had little Penny come and join the set, which was little Janet Jackson.
Oh, my God.
And she was like a grandma almost to Penny.
Yeah.
Remember, she was abused. And,
Yes.
And the neighbor, what was her name?
Thelma.
Willona?
Thelma.
Yeah. No,
No.
Thelma was the daughter. So I think
Malona, you're right.
Renona or something like. Anyway, she ended up being Penny's mom, Janet Jackson's mom.
Yeah.
But like Florida was always like the grandma to her and everything, and it's like she just held it down. She held it down. I was thinking about her, and then there was another one that I was thinking about that was on the same level.
In today.
I just threw it in today because I really like her.
Who is
I really
it?
like her.
Okay, who is it?
Marion Cunningham from Happy Days.
Wait, dude.
Richie's mom.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Was she not cool?
I don't remember.
I mean, Marion had this thug dude, Fonzie. She let Fonzie come into the house and be in the family. And like, all of Richie's friends and stuff, she had them all. She was always cooking them food every time they came over.
There's always food.
She always had some food for them. And it's like, at first, she kind of seemed like she was a little flighty. But whenever something serious went down, Marion had some solid nuggets right there.
See, now you're going to make me look up
She
the
had
show
some solid nuggets.
and watch it.
Happy Days. And you know what?
Huh?
It works because Good Times and Happy Days.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Hello?
Help us today. Get the shirt. Oh, my God. Are you trying to rap?
Good Times and Happy Days going together.
And they showed, and actually they came on right after each other.
Yeah, they were they were right in the same span.
Same,
They were in the same span.
Okay, so
that's
like
the old show.
when we had a TV guide.
That was
God.
okay. That we're going old school.
Yeah, we had a TV
Okay,
guide.
so that was number 5.
Oh, God. Okay, so, that was number 5?
That was number 5.
right.
Marion in Florida.
Okay.
See, they even had their little older names. Aren't they cute? They're just so cute. All right.
What's number
4? Number 4. Now, okay, this chick, she was the one that let you know that you could be a little spicy mama.
Oh,
A little spicy
snap.
mama. None
Snap
other
like that.
than Miss Carol Brady.
Oh. I love
From the Brady Bunch.
I almost went high on that one. I love me some Brady Bunch. Oh my God.
Like Carol had her little hip 70s clothes.
Yes.
She had her little bell bottoms with,
Yes.
with her little hair just
She
right
was on
off.
point all the
She
time.
was right and tight, okay?
She was.
Carol was right and tight all the time, even though
Yeah.
she had them 6 kids. You know that wouldn't have happened. That would have happened.
But see, she's not including
she had help.
Yeah, she had help.
She had help.
She had help, dog.
She had Alice the maid.
Yeah, that's why she didn't look like she had baby brain.
That's right, because she had Alice fixing all the meals and everything. I don't even recall. Did I see Carol
She didn't cook
fix
it.
a
She
meal?
helped.
Every now and then she was in the kitchen doing like a little salad or something. But
Yeah, that's what she cooked.
she was doing the salad. But Alice held it down there.
Alice.
But it's like
She couldn't be herself without Alice.
I think Carol Brady was the first one that I saw in the bed making out with her husband.
Serious?
Yeah, because they
You
didn't
know
do
what,
that.
though?
They didn't do that on the shows.
They
but
didn't.
It's like they were always,
That was one of the
they
first
always
shows.
got this like hot kiss at the end of the show when they were
Yes.
getting ready to turn off the lights and go to bed.
Yeah,
You didn't have that.
that was major.
They didn't have that
That was
before
major.
then.
You know what
Even
else
like
they
Lucy
had?
and Ricky, they had separate beds and stuff.
Oh, and we'll talk about that
so
on
not
another show.
only
That
did
was
they
good.
sleep in the same bed,
Same room.
but they were like, hey,
They was in
Mike
love.
used to do that little thing, like,
Yeah.
the little tiger growl, when he was getting ready to go in for the
Yeah,
kiss.
don't do that.
So I'm
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
wow, these guys are hot. I was like, should I be watching this?
I know. We didn't even have rated X then. But anyway, that being said, I like the fact that they always, because it was just me and my brother. So, and the thing I really liked was that the mom was home.
She was
I
home.
think that's where that
And
got implanted.
she was shopping all the time too. I like that. Carol always had some bags.
As much as I hate shopping,
Carol always had some bags. That's because she was wearing them cool 70s clothes with the big collar and the bell bottoms.
Oh, okay.
So, she was always in the store.
See, we were looking at totally different things in the show.
I was looking at stuff. I'm like, this chick got some money, obviously, because she always in the store. I can deal with that.
See, you're looking at
I can
wow.
relate.
I'm looking at they got brothers and sisters.
That was cool. That was cool. They had brothers and sisters.
Yeah. And that she stayed home. That was huge for me.
But then all of them were at home, Well, wait. No.
Well,
I remember
because I'm
remember
relating it.
after James died, Florida had to go get the job, and she was
Right.
like, I think she was a bus driver or something like that.
Yes. And so I'm relating it as far as like what made it for me, the top moms, is because I'm relating it to my life. So I'm looking at the fact that she's at home because my mom, she
at
worked
home with her hot husband.
and my dad,
who was an architect. Wasn't he an architect?
he was an architect. He built that house.
He built the house that they lived in.
Yes.
He built the house.
Yes. And so my dad and my mom, they both worked, right? So when I came home, I guess they would call that latchkey kids now.
Yeah,
we came home and
just let yourself
we were
in the
there,
house.
and then I grew up with. Okay, now don't act up. So we had a maid, but she
was
wasn't
black.
like
she
Alice.
was black and she had a maid. Go figure.
Exactly. But check it out. But
Producer
she
Zach is
wasn't-
laughing over there.
She wasn't like integrated with us, like where she knew our life or anything like that.
She was there to clean. And
She's
do
there,
stuff.
clean.
She was like, don't talk to us.
Yeah,
Just clean
yeah.
up.
She stayed there, and we had a couple that we had. That's Zach over there. We had a couple of them that lived with us.
You're going deep now. She's going deep.
Yeah, it was deep. But I didn't have that somebody there that was like a mom kind of like
See,
that
Alice,
I could go to.
Alice
knew
Alice
everything.
kept the secrets.
I loved Alice
Alice
so
kept the
much.
secrets.
Yeah, and you could talk to her and Miss Brady, and they were both there. There was like a support system.
Yeah.
And so I love that, right? And the stay-at-home thing, I think that's when that
was
little
cool.
seed got planted.
It's like, wait, I could do this?
Yeah, no, it was like, if I have kids, I'm staying
I'm gonna
home.
Stay home with them.
Period.
I remember this
that
is
was just
this
me.
is the thing that sparked it with me. They had that cool staircase
Oh, okay.
in the house, right?
Right.
And I remember my mom and my grandmother used to clean houses, and they used to clean houses for these doctors.
Oh.
And so sometimes I would go and I would watch the Brady Bunch in their daughter's room because it was cool. She had a TV in her room. I thought that was just the coolest thing. And it's like they had stairs at their house. And that's when it was planted in my head
2 stories.
that I want a 2-story house.
Really?
As a little kid, I was like, wow, that would be so cool if I had a 2-story house. It got planted from the Brady Bunch.
See. I love that show.
Have a 2-story
dude.
house
I
now.
love that show. Like, I can literally right now
Just go
like
on
binge
there
watch me
and
some-
watch
I
the
can
Brady
binge watch.
Bunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And watch like when they had their group, the Silver Platters.
And I like, you know what I like too is for black kids, I'm gonna say there weren't any of shows really
Yeah,
out
they-
there, but for us,
That didn't live in the projects.
I can relate to that because we didn't grow up that way, which is really interesting because of media and how they put it, how people live.
Right.
You think all African Americans
Lived in the
come
projects.
from right, and it's just like, dude, I don't even know what that is.
Nope, we didn't know.
I didn't grow up like that. So I don't know. So I could relate
To the Brady Bunch.
the Brady Bunch a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
I was like an only child for the first 10 years of my life. So the fact of having 5 other brothers and sisters, I think
Awesome.
that was a cool
Awesome.
concept for me because I'm like, wow, they got people to talk to.
Yeah, and they went on trips, family trips.
They went to the Grand Canyon.
They had a
went
dog.
to Hawaii.
and all these things, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have that one day.
Yeah. It planted the seed.
Yeah, yeah,
It planted the seed.
yeah.
That
And
was
when I
cool.
play with my Barbies,
We were the Brady Bunch. You got cookies,
no
baby?
way.
Cookie time.
Oh,
Yeah.
when your producer brings
Brings
you
you
cookies.
We love him.
This is what we're talking about.
That's
So
number
now-
4. That was number 4.
That was number 4. And then number
3. We're breaking it down. Okay, we're going backwards again.
We're going backwards? Okay.
We're going backwards.
Okay.
We're going back to the prairie, y'all. We're going back to the prairie. That's how far.
my favorite
That's how
show.
far back we're going. We're going back to the prairie.
Are we going back to Mom and
with
Pa?
Carolyn Ingalls?
Yes. Oh man, she put up.
Ma and Pa.
She put up with some boo boo. I'm telling you, she put up with it.
She did it.
Remember when she almost cut her foot off?
Oh man, that was hard.
See, that was harsh, and that was when Paul was out and about doing his
She
work.
was trying to do all that farm work by herself.
Yep. Yep. Now that was a strong woman.
She was strong. They lived on the prairie. They didn't have no electricity. Okay, so you know they had to use the outhouse. So you know she was a strong woman.
She was strong.
And they was living out there. They was broke most of the time. Bless their little hearts, because Pa was just trying to do his very best.
Just pawing it up. But you know what was cool about her?
But
Was
wasn't
that-
she the most encouraging woman?
She did it with grace.
Dude, she was so graceful.
Because
she
Mrs.
was soft spoken.
Who was that chick?
Mrs. Olsen.
She was a woo. And she the
did
way
not get Mom of the Year, okay?
No, she did not.
She did not get Mom of the Year.
She did
Her
not.
kids were crazy.
Understatement. But the way she would handle situations was like, you know how you handle situations the way God wants you to handle them.
She
So they're
was
like
always
completely
so
opposite.
graceful and
Yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah, and it was like one of
I
those
don't think
things.
I ever heard her raise her voice.
No, because she did it like Jesus. It was like I'm gonna mold you up. I'm just like molded, shut up, and you don't even know that you got slapped.
Yep, she just
That's how
planted
she did
that
it.
little gentle seed, and everybody felt it.
Yeah, and she stood. She
like,
stood up for a lot of stuff.
Mom
though.
is disappointed in me, and it's like their little hearts were broken.
Yeah,
She never raised her voice.
she never did.
She never got uptight. She just gave you that little look, and she always had that little half smile
Yeah,
while she was cutting you down.
she was good, but she did a lot of stuff where she, when she had to, she stood up for women.
Yeah, she wasn't afraid to
She
work.
stood up for women. Yeah, and she wasn't afraid to She wasn't afraid to voice what wasn't popular at the time, but she would put it out there, and the women would, of course, they're like, I don't know, my
don't know if we can
husband
do that.
this.
We don't know that.
And then after a while, she could break it down. This is, and we
She had
deserve this.
that inner strength.
She
Because
did.
it's like whenever they had to step up and Pa was down, she was out there
was out
working. Whoop. She was out there holding it down.
on the white couch. I'm like, go say a word. Shh. Don't say nothing.
I didn't do it. He brought it. Producer Zach, you saw him bring the cookie.
You saw him do it. Chocolate chip.
But I picked it up quick. 5-second rule.
Yes.
It's good. She was powerful. She'd get out there in that field, pulling that little donkey log. What do they call it?
Plow?
The plow. She's out there doing that plow.
Yep.
She was out there tending that field. She was doing whatever
She
she,
did what it
had
took-
to
what she had to do.
Whatever needed to be done,
Yes.
she did it
Yes.
with a
Yes.
smile on her face. I remember she was out there. She was out in that field, and she was like wiping that sweat underneath her little bonnet, and she kept going. She was wiping that sweat up. She almost passed out, but she kept
but she was
going.
going.
Because the field had to be tilled, and Pa couldn't do it.
Was that when he hurt himself?
I think so.
Climbing that tree?
Something. Pa hurt himself. a
Okay,
lot.
I'm sorry. It is my favorite show. I'm not gonna lie. It really is. And you know why? I used to watch that show when
She still watches it.
I still watch it. I watch it every day. I really
Don't tell
do.
nobody.
I do. And my grandbaby, when the song comes on, she just starts dancing. She's like, the prairie is on. Like, let's watch our show. But she would get out there and she would back up her husband, but she wasn't afraid to be herself.
Right.
Like she never got lost in
She knew who she was as a
yes,
woman.
she knew who she was. Yeah, yeah. And so she stepped up to the plate. And
She was never intimidated by
no
the stuff around her.
Anybody. Yeah, nothing
Whether it
affected
was
her in
Miss
that way.
Olsen with her Richie stuff or whatever, she
Yeah.
was just, I am who I am,
Yeah.
and I'm good.
She's good. She's on the list.
That's beautiful.
Okay, so number 2 though.
Number 2.
We're getting okay, now we're moving into the now
forward.
time.
We're moving forward.
Yeah, we're moving
forward. And okay, this is like the one that just like changed black culture. Totally changed black culture because it just crushed
Yes. Oh my God.
the Hollywood stereotype.
Yes.
Of you have to be a maid, or you got to live in the projects, or you got to have whatever. It just crushed
This
it.
is like the thank God.
And brought you a family that had
Money.
a doctor and a lawyer.
Yes.
And we're talking about none other than Claire Huxtable.
Yes! She's no joke. That woman right there.
Mom.
I was so happy.
Family of what? How many kids they had? 5? Okay, we had Sandra, we had Denise, we had Theo. Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa and Rudy. Yep.
And Rudy.
Mom of 5 and still a lawyer, okay?
Still doing her stuff.
Claire was looking good. Claire
Wait,
had the
Claire
hair.
never looked
She never looked
shabby.
tore up. Never looked tore up.
Yeah, and I could relate to that. So that show right there, that was it. Because my mom was just like that. And my mom never looked tore up. I'm gonna tell you right now. She never
She had
ever.
the shoes.
She had
the
everything.
shoes.
And to finally see
A
that.
representation
Oh my
of
God.
who you knew
Yeah.
of your life.
I was just like, whoa, that was a trip.
And it's like, it was crazy because when it came out, people were like, that's not realistic. Yes, it
yeah,
is.
this is what it
Like,
really is like.
This is our life.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
And it's like, I remember it's like so many people were like, that show is not realistic. Why? Because you got a black family with a doctor and a lawyer?
That's
like,
normal to
yeah.
us. I mean,
That was normal.
and that was the first show that had that. And the kids, and it's funny because the things that the kids were going
Kids
through,
are going to college.
we're going through the same
Yeah,
things.
that
It
was that was us.
yeah. And Theo with the earring
Yeah.
in his ear. And it's like all these things that they went through. And then the oldest daughter marrying
Dropping out of Princeton.
homeboy.
Yep. It's like the daughter went to Princeton
Yes. And
dropped out.
dropped that
to work in the wilderness store
their,
with her man.
their little vision, though. Their little business.
That was their vision.
And that was their little business. And I remember Claire and Cliff. Claire and Cliff.
Claire and Cliff. Claire and Cliff Huxtable.
CNC.
Say it twice fast.
CNC.
Claire and Cliff Huxtable.
Sitting down with them and basically doing a business plan
Yep.
with them, right? Mm-hmm. And laying out the finances.
I remember when they first said that Sandra wanted to drop out of college, and she's all, "You owe me."
Right. Let me tell you how much
she paid for it. She's like, she had the dollar amount down to the penny, and she's like,
yes.
"You owe me."
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed.
It was so good. It was so good.
That's awesome. And that's typical,
And I
right?
love about that show also that they introduced so many things like music and art and
Yes.
all this history. It's
Yes.
like, yeah, Bill Cosby had his thing, whatever.
Right.
But that doesn't take away.
doesn't diminish.
That doesn't take away from what that show did for.
And the quality,
culture.
the people, the musicians, the music
I mean, they had
that he
serious
had on
stuff
that
on
show. Oh my God. Dude, I really wish they would release it where you don't have to pay for it. Like release it where you got Hulu or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Be able to
That'd be
watch
great.
it because I would really like my grandkids to see the history of music. Mm-hmm. And
they showed it.
Those people aren't around anymore.
Yeah, they
You know
showed
what I
it
mean?
in that show.
Yeah,
But it's
so
like-
many people, and I'm just like, dang. I mean, those guys were young bucks when my dad was a kid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was our parents' era.
That's it. Yeah,
But it's like Claire, she had her professional career, and she was a mother, and
Yes.
she was a wife,
yes,
and nothing suffered.
Nothing.
Nothing separate.
Nothing was off balance.
She didn't feel like I can only do this or I can't do that. It's like I got the career, I got the family, and they're all good.
Yep. And you know what? With that being said, when I was pregnant, and my dream was I never got this dream, but anyway, the dream was to have a doctor like Cliff, where I had a doctor that through my whole pregnancy, I would have that one doctor,
Yeah, that would be
and
great.
with all three of my kids, right?
Somebody that knew your whole family.
And I didn't even know that was possible. I mean, if I would have had that private insurance, we could have did that. But it was just, who thought of that? Like, what? Where you call your doctor up and he's like,
He's just
okay,
there.
I'll be there in
He's just
5
there.
minutes.
It's like Doc
what?
Baker.
Yeah, like Doc Baker. Yes, indeed. I mean, oh man, and like, and then when they started bringing in the cousin,
Oh yeah.
because the cousin had to come live with them and stuff, and
Pam.
just expanding your family.
Yeah.
People don't think about, they're like, how do you, we can't afford that. They didn't care about that.
No.
That was
She
family.
needed to be there.
That was
And
family.
She was. They just brought her in.
And you know what else I liked about it?
And
They
it's
brought
like,
the
I love how she
grandparents
I love-
in.
Oh gosh, the grandparents were amazing.
Yes.
The grandparents
That was
were amazing.
awesome.
But I
That's what
loved
liked.
it, how she just welcomed all their friends too. That's one of the things that, when my kids were growing up, I always said, I want to be the house that they come to.
Yes. The hub.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going on at other people's houses. But it's like, I want my kids to bring their friends to my house, and I want their friends to be so comfortable that it's like they just want to be there.
Yeah.
And I got that from her. Wow. It's like their friends were always there, and she knew all of them, and they all knew her, and they were all comfortable with her. She was mom to them.
Yep. And same here. Same thing. Then that's where the Mama Mo came from.
Yeah.
That's where it actually came from, because when my kids would come home,
When they come over to your house and say,
and all their
"Miss
friends,
Steph, you got any cookies?"
yeah. Look at, and Zach is giving us
And
cookies
now he's giving us
in
cookies.
his new place.
That's awesome.
This is awesome.
That's awesome.
See, full circle right here. Full circle. Yeah.
of life.
But I would cook for their friends, and when they came home, I would, because I'm making dinner or whatever. And so that's where they came up with, well, we'll just act like this is a restaurant, and we'll call it Mama Mo's.
There you go.
And so that's where the nickname Mama Mo came from, and that coined on all the way to the university, because when I did those restaurants, that was what
You were Mama Mo.
eating at Mama Mo's or whatever
All
on
'cause of Claire
the
Huxtable.
campus, But yeah, that all stemmed from that. So much history. Yes. And they taught and art. Mm-hmm. And that show was so much.
I remember it's like looking at the art that they had on the walls there in their little fictitious house, and then seeing one of their prints at a museum. I'm like, oh, wait.
Yes.
That was from the Huxtables.
Yes. Even his sweaters, guys, were art. That was
crazy.
art.
It was crazy.
Man. That's a
There
good
was
one.
just so much.
That's a good
There
one.
was just so much flavor in that show.
Yeah.
So much flavor. I loved it. I loved it. Oh my gosh, Claire Huxtable.
That was a good one.
Girl,
All right, so now we got to go move to the number one. My God.
The number one
Great.
slot.
Just, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I might get a little bit of flack from this.
Why?
I'm prepared.
Flack from where?
I am prepared.
Don't put
because-
no flack on my
Don't put
thing.
no flack.
Don't
I
act
may
up.
get a little bit of flack on this
No
because,
flack?
because it's a show that everybody knows now. This Is Us. Mm-hmm. And people might think
Tell it,
that
girl.
our number one pick is going to be Rebecca Pearson.
But
no, it is not. Rebecca was cool. I liked her. But, she used to get on my nerves a bit. Because it's like she had them kids and she was always just hovering. Always just, oh, I don't know if they can do that. Oh, what if they get this, Jack? Oh, Jack was the one that held it down on that. Jack held it down because Rebecca was afraid of everything.
Jack held it
She
down in the
was.
spirit.
And it's like she never freaked out over his crazy family.
No.
In fact, Beth was the one that was schooling the other outsiders, Toby and the ghetto. She's like, no, this is how they roll. Just leave them alone, let them work it
Yeah,
out.
just don't walk in there. It's
Yep,
okay.
let's go. We gonna go have a drink and
Yes.
let them work it out. Or a puff puff, yes. Exactly. Yeah. And then it's puffing it up with Brendan's biological father, William. Yes. His little puff puff. You know? But it's like, and it's like, she had dreams of her own that she fulfilled. Yes. But it's like, she knew how to help her husband be all that he could be, but at the same time, she still said, "Hey, you need to recognize who I am. I'm not just sitting here while you do all your stuff. Right. You need to recognize who I am." Yeah. She didn't. She didn't let herself get pushed in the back. Yeah. And she was like, when it was looking like that was happening, she was quick to say, "Hold up, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. You're not going to do that to me." Yeah. Yeah. And I actually recognize that in the show because that, as Christian moms or wives or whatever, we're like taught from church to like support your man and whatever. There's no balance in that. Like you're not even part of the balance. It's like, okay, so who the heck am I? Yeah. Right? And it gave that permission. Yeah, that permission. That's what that was. It was the permission that she's like, yeah, I guess I got your back. I'm supporting you, but look, don't forget that I'm here. I'm here again. Yes, yes. And on top of the madness of that family, the dynamics of that family, they careful things. It was like they're going through those little challenges and everything with the world. Yeah. The world stuff, and how she handled it, man. I mean, like the last time she had her daughter, then she gets her dream. Yeah. To open to go back in and dance. Mm-hmm. Because that was taken away from her. And so she gets her dream to go back in and dance. She opens up her studio. Yeah. And then COVID hits. Dang. And she has to close. Isn't that something? It's like her whole world. It's like, but she still bounced it back. She still bounced it back. Yes, she did. And it's like her daughter, they had nothing but daughters. They ended up adopting a daughter. Yeah. A teenage daughter. Yeah. I think she was 12 when they got her over there. But opened her home up to this little girl and raised her. And then her own daughter decides that she wants to be a lesbian. Yeah. And it's like the grace that she had in handling that and just showing her that, I love you. As an individual, yeah, you are special. We can work out whatever it is you're going through. Right. But I want you to know that. And we're on the journey with you. Yeah. That's the thing. You're not by yourself. You're not going to be by yourself. You're not ever going to be by yourself, baby. Just do you. Yeah. And I got you. We got you. I mean, down to the wedding, where they went when they had the wedding. She wanted to wear the dress. She's looking at the dress. She's like, "This is not me." I mean, literally, she didn't let her daughter conform to the normal. Like, okay, well, baby, this is the wedding. If this is what you're supposed to wear. Then you got it. She's like, "No, you know what? Let's just change this up for you because you matter." Yeah. Jesus loves you too. Yep. I'm like this chick. It was awesome. She threw it down. She knew how to hold it together. Because she had a lot with Randall. She had a lot. He was complicated. That's the word. He was complicated. That's the word. He was a good man. But he was like, get it though. He had a lot of baggage. Yeah. A whole lot of baggage. Yeah. And she was patient and just worked through all of that. Well, she ultimately his identity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was adopted into a Caucasian family. So he didn't have the identity that he needed, even though they tried their best to, expose him to this identity. But to be a wife and to be able to hone somebody in, and it's okay because this is who you. Yeah, and it's like she was the one that said, "Babe, you need counseling. Yes, you need to get help. Yes, open that door. Yeah, and it's okay to need help." And I love one of the lines she said because he's like, "I don't need that," and she's like, "I need you to do it. I need it for me." Yeah, I'm like, oh yes, because then what's happening? Like, tell you what, I need you to take care of you because I can't do that. Exactly. I can't be your Jesus. Right. I can't be your Jesus. Yeah. I can be your wife. It's either wife or Jesus. I can't be both. I can't. So you're going to have to go outside and get this help and I will be your foundation. I will back you up.
Yep.
On your journey, because that's putting in the work. Is that
and while he was doing it, she was with them. Yeah, she went to go find the biological mother and all that. She took in the dad and she did everything. Yeah. She was that support. She was backbone. But she let him know you got to do the work.
Yeah. No matter what. I'm here though. I'm here. We're here.
Yeah. I like this was good.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? Because biologically I had 3 kids. I have 3 kids, and then we adopted, right? I never seen any show or heard anything ever about a black family adopting any kid.
No.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. I was like, was I the first one on the planet to do it? I don't understand. But when I saw that, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because it opens up more doors than you know.
Yeah.
Because you have something to identify that with.
Yeah.
So now
you can't see a picture of it.
Right. It doesn't exist. So now black families can go and adopt. It's like there's so many kids in the system that need families, and they're there. The system will help you. They have things to help you with the kids and everything. But nobody ever knows that. No, nobody knows that. Because we always think of, okay, when you adopt, I'm gonna have to go like to Japan and adopt some kids. And then I was like, there's so many kids here. Like, it's right. But you get it here.
It's all the red tape that people don't deal with.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and it's a challenge. The red tape is like, but in the end, they're your family.
Right.
And it's just that door was open for that. It was just like, whoa, that was mind blowing.
Yeah.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And that's why Beth gets the #1 slot.
Yes, indeed. Yes, she does.
She's today. She's relevant. She's strong. She's encouraging.
She's empowering.
She's empowering. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she cool. She just straight up cool.
If you're like outside, if you're like come on our show. Nice to meet California on your show.
Southside cool.
That'd be awesome.
Beth is cool.
She's just fun.
All around cool. I like that. And you know what? That was our story. We're just all around cool. Cool moms.
There we go. So, thank you again for joining us on the Beach House.
Another episode of The Beach House.
Bye, guys.